Most burnout has nothing to do with workload. It comes down to one nerve, one single nerve running from the brain to the gut. And when it fails, focus fails, sleep fails, confidence, careers, everything, gone. Everyone keeps adding tools, cold plunges, breathing apps, humming routines. But after 100 years of research, the answer isn't a stack of tools. It's one thing. Something older, something simpler, and almost nobody is doing it right. The people who get it don't collapse. The ones who don't, they quit by 42.
Walk into any hospital, ask a neurologist which nerve matters most for daily survival, and the answer is always the same: the vagus nerve. The longest cranial nerve in the human body, starting at the base of the brain, wrapping around the throat, descending through the chest, touching the heart, the lungs, the stomach, the intestines. Now hear this. When this nerve is strong, the system works. Heart rate stays even, sleep comes easily, the mind stays clear under pressure. When it's weak, what doctors call low vagal tone, something breaks quietly. A good sleeper becomes a light sleeper. A focused mind starts scattering. Coffee stops working, wine starts mattering, and recovery takes longer every year. This is not aging, not stress, but a specific, measurable failure of one nerve. And here is where it gets interesting. Recent research followed office workers wearing heart rate variability monitors over many months, and workers with high vagal tone solved complex problems measurably faster, recovering from difficult meetings in minutes, not hours. Workers with low vagal tone worked longer hours and produced less, exhausted by Wednesday, and many quit within the year. Same company, same salary, same desk. The only difference was one nerve. And here's the part almost nobody gets right. The vagus nerve can be trained, weaker with neglect, stronger with the right signals. But the signal that actually works isn't what's being sold. It costs nothing, takes 90 seconds, and almost nobody does it correctly. The strange part? It's not new. It's been practiced for thousands of years by people who never heard the words vagus nerve.
The strongest vagal stimulator ever measured in a peer-reviewed setting is slow breathing. Not deep, not belly breathing, but specifically slow. 6 breaths per minute, 4 seconds in, 6 seconds out. It sounds too simple to matter, and yet the data says otherwise. Now hear this. Research shows measurable increases in heart rate variability within 90 seconds, cortisol drops within 2 minutes, and the brain shifts from beta, the anxious scanning state, into alpha, the calm, focused state. This is autonomic nervous system physiology, verified, replicable, real. And it works in 90 seconds at a time, 3 times a day, under 5 minutes total. Not an hour of meditation, not a silent retreat, 4.5 minutes split across the day. And here is where it gets fascinating. A different field discovered this practice first, with a name over 2,000 years old. In the mountains of Tibet, monks practiced a breathing rhythm called tumo for over 1,000 years, and the count maps almost exactly to 6 breaths per minute. In India, ancient pranayama texts describe nadi shodhana, the same rhythm. In Japanese Zen monasteries, Zazen masters breathe at 2 to 3 breaths per minute, lower than the clinical target. Strange, isn't it? None of these traditions had heart rate monitors. None knew the words vagus nerve. And yet a monk who reached this rhythm reported clarity, equanimity, energy that didn't collapse at sunset, the same results modern research now describes as high vagal tone. And now comes the best part. Different paths, same destination. And the monks understood one detail modern protocols leave out: the difference between breathing and breathing right.
In the clinical version, the instruction is neutral. Inhale 4, exhale 6, repeat. In the monastic version, there's one addition. At the end of the exhale, before the next inhale, a pause, a small stillness, 2 seconds of nothing. Now hear this. Researchers studying this pause discovered it activates a specific reflex the vagus nerve uses to recalibrate. The brain interprets the stillness as safety. The heart slows further. the parasympathetic system deepens its grip. Practitioners who add the pause consistently report what the data backs up. Deeper sleep within weeks, sharper focus during the day, faster recovery after stress. Same breaths, same minutes, different nervous system. The monks knew it through practice. The science is now catching up. The difference is 2 seconds of stillness. And there's more. The nervous system has a rhythm called the ultradian cycle. Every 90 to 120 minutes, the brain shifts states. Most people fight this rhythm, push through with coffee. High vagal tone individuals use it. When the brain hits its natural dip, around 90 minutes into focused work, that's the window. 90 seconds of slow breathing with the exhale pause. A small intervention at that moment moves further than 30 minutes of effort an hour later. And now comes the best part. A career doesn't collapse because of one bad year. It collapses because the nervous system runs out of recovery. The answer was never productivity hacks. It was physiology. 6 breaths per minute, longer exhale, 2 seconds of pause, at the right window, 90 seconds. The nerve nobody taught, the answer overlooked, saved more careers than any app in history.
Here's the part that changes everything. This isn't knowledge to collect. It's a practice to do. 6 breaths, 2 seconds of stillness, 90 seconds, 3 times a day. The people who quit at 42 never learned. The ones who don't, practiced. Subscribe if you want to next layer. Inner power, creative intelligence. The practices nobody teaches, but everyone needs.